Good morning, everyone, and welcome to day 364 here live from Ukraine. As you are well aware, we're pushing in on that one-year anniversary, and we told you over the last couple of days that these days, 364, 365, and then, of course, the first day of the second year of this war, going to be crazy. I can tell you I'm up very early. Air alarms here are going off like crazy over the entire nation. Warnings are coming across the system, so I'm going to give you a full update today. It seems that here, day 364, the 22nd, even the day that Zhenya warned us about 2 weeks ago, looks like it could be hot. Here's what's happening over the last few hours. First, during the night, Ukraine struck hard offensively. Ukraine struck multiple positions in Mariupol, Donetsk, and other smaller towns, eliminating supply warehouses and command centers. This happened over the last 6 to 8 hours, and it was heavy. Russia replied during the night. They were firing at Sumy. Air defense took it down. They were firing in the direction of Dnipro. Air defense took it down. But then, just a few minutes ago, our entire nation here in Ukraine lit up under air alarm. Why? Well, first of all, Shaheeds confirmed are launched right now. They are flying. Secondly, Russia has put up their AWACS planes. It's the 50Us. I'll show you a picture of that here. Similar to the American AWACS, it's a strategic air command and control. Typically, these planes are in the air on mass launch days. Additionally, we now know that MiG-31s and MiG-29s are in the air. This does not mean that it is imminent that missiles are getting ready to rain down, but the stage is set for it to happen throughout Ukraine. I can tell you that some of these planes, it appears through intelligence, have been inloaded with Kinzhals, which are hypersonics, which Ukraine cannot stop. It's not possible, they're hypersonic. So this is where we're at today in Zaporozhye. We're under air alarm right now. I can even tell you that cities throughout Russia have been under air alarm. They're calling it a failure of the system. But multiple cities all along the Ukrainian border this morning on their radios, air alarm going off on the radio systems. I can play you a sample of that right here. Yeah, crazy. And that's basically the term we're gonna have to use to describe what's happening right now. A lot of chaos in Ukraine, a lot of chaos on the Russian border with Ukraine, really not knowing what's happening. I'm up very early, couldn't sleep when the air alarm's blowing you out of the bed. So going to be active. We've had Putin's speech, we've had Biden's speech, and I think we're gonna see some activity. The first move, though, was not Russia. The first move today was Ukraine, striking hard on Russian supply lines and defense warehouses. So we'll see. We'll keep you updated. It is early this morning. We're at 0800, and we'll see what happens. Hope you guys have a blessed day wherever you're at. Thank you for being here. 10 a.m. local time here now, and for the update here a couple hours later, I can tell you that the nation is still completely under air alarm. And two things. The first thing is, we're getting information that Putin met with his Inner Security Council and they have approved mass missile strikes over the next few days. Whatever that means, we'll see. There's mass missile strikes all the time, but we shall see. In addition to that, we've already had strikes in Kharkiv, both in the city and in the region. Heavy strikes, and right now, large group of Shaheeds moving towards Odessa. That's 10 a.m. and that's the update as we go through this day. So this afternoon, Vladimir Putin had day 2 of his festivities, and of course, just spewing the venom, spewing lack of truth, spewing anything. And people were rallying there in Moscow. Of course, that's the propaganda world of the rallies. But as always, we try to show you a little bit of everything. And here's a little bit of Vladimir Putin speaking today in Moscow. This is the reason Moscow was closed for 2 days. Yesterday, of course, being the speech to the parliament, and today being the rally and the concert. And does it remind you of Hitler back in World War II? Take a peek at this.
Дорогие друзья, добрый день! Мы встречаемся с вами в преддверии Дня защитника Отечества. В этом словосочетании, в этих словах есть что-то мощное, огромное, я бы сказал, мистическое и святое. Недаром одна из самых известных молитв начинается со слов «Отче наш», «Отче», «Отец». И в этом есть что-то очень близкое каждому человеку. Мы ведь говорим тоже и «Родина-мать». Речь идет о семье. Речь идет о чем-то огромном, мощном и в то же время близком сердцу каждого человека. Это и Родина, это и семья. А по большому счету и Родина, это семья, в нашем сердце это одно и то же.
Guys, coming at you now from 9 o'clock, 2100 hours here in Ukraine. We've had quite a day because we got a call from some soldiers that needed medical supplies, desperately, actually a field surgeon. So we jumped in the vehicle and we actually left Zaporozhye. We headed all the way back to the front lines on the Zaporozhye-Donetsk highway. We made a delivery of much needed medicines to a field surgeon there that's right. If you want to look on your map, it would be above Guliapol. So in that area, we're very, very close. We rolled in, we delivered, bought them some coffees, as you guys love when we do that, and made a big difference. I want to show you a clip of that. Let's jump to that, and then I'll come back and update you on the final things. This crazy day that's unfolding here in Ukraine, of course, with King Putin doing all of his speeches. We're down here helping people and helping our soldiers. So you guys, once again, you purchased hemostatic bandages, and I told you we would go hand to hand. So my brother, hand to hand, and there's more in the truck. These are just samples. And power banks, you guys purchased hand to hand like we promised. And JDO, one of our viewers, said, Greg, anytime you get close to the front and you're with soldiers, you buy them coffee. So JDO, there's your coffee. So we thank you very much, guys, for everything you're doing. We're here somewhere between Zaporozhye and Donetsk helping our soldiers. So, Klopsi, bajaz zdrowie. Okay, you got me stuck here. I'm in this little magazine, and here my brother coming in, a soldier right here, and one back there. You told me to buy coffees. If I don't get out of here, I'm going to buy everybody in this stinking battalion of coffee. Everybody's coming in. We're buying coffees. So we're making everybody happy and doing our best to stand with Ukraine. So thank you, guys. Now, on the military front, I can tell you, here we are on this day, approaching the 1-year anniversary. Yes, this morning, very, very active, but really more so on the Ukrainian side, as we have already discussed, hitting serious targets, military-wise, in Mariupol, in Donetsk, in the Lugansk region. But here's what I can tell you now. Yes, there was some pretty significant strikes there in Kharkiv. Kharkiv was hit really hard today. Additionally, Zaporozhye took a little fire, and yes, drones were doing a little bit, but really most of those were shot down in Odessa. So as far as Ukraine goes today, relatively a normal day. We will see. I don't see how an army personally will just tell you we're going to unload on this day and then they unload. For me, if I was going to be in charge of a military, I wouldn't tell you when I was going to unload, and then I would unload. But we'll see. It's the madness of the invaders of Russia. So on the military side, that is where we're at. Now, for the last thing tonight, we are now rotating out and working our way towards Kryvyi Rog. We will be shutting her down there. We basically made a huge loop out of Zaporozhye back all the way over towards Donetsk and Guliapol, up to Pokrovsk, back to Pavlograd, through Dnipro, and now coming into Kryvyi Rog. And there we'll shut it down and get a little bit of rest. Tomorrow morning we will be rolling to Kherson, and lots of aid to deliver down there to civilians, lots of aid to deliver to our military and to do everything we can to help. I want to thank you for being here on this day, and we'll be back at you tomorrow. You guys rest well. We'll see you in 24 hours.